Hi everyone, it's Anna again, and it's time for another one of my book looks. And this is a request by a user called Mabrik, or Mabreke. I hope I'm not butchering this name too much. And this user asked me if I could do a Pride and Prejudice look. Now, personally, Pride and Prejudice is not among my favorite books. Actually, I'm not so much into Jane Austen. I prefer the Bronte sisters. But yeah, you know, usually I don't have my copy of Pride and Prejudice here. I think it's somewhere at my parents' house. So just pretend that I'm holding up the book as I usually do. So this is the Pride and Prejudice book look. Jane Austen is the author, and I'm really happy about this request. Truly I am. It's the first one I've gotten, and I hope it's not the last one. And I created a look around it, which may seem a little funky for Pride and Prejudice, but I think it's quite perfect actually. What I've done is I've used the green here for the envy theme of the book, and then I have a pink and a matte white highlighter, which to me symbolizes like the youthfulness, the women and the many women and young women in the book, and their innocence and their not so innocence. And then I think, well, the color for Prejudice, the color that symbolizes prejudice, is grey, because it symbolizes isolation and sorrow, which happens when you are too prejudiced. And I've taken the grey and I've done a liner here, because obviously this is yes, this is sort of the red line that goes through the entire book, and then I've done something crazy with the cheeks. You'll see why and how at the end of the video. Anyway, this is my book look for Pride and Prejudice. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want these eyes, then keep watching. Okay, so I've already prepped my lid with MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I've applied it as usual up to the brow bone and underneath the eye here. Now, the first colour I'm going in with is this pink, which is Sushi Flower by MAC, which in my opinion is one of the prettiest pinks you could ever hope to get. It's sort of a coral pink, more on the pink side than the coral side, but there's definitely some coral in it. So I'm just going in with my trusty Fluff Shadow Benefit brush here, and we're really gonna pack the color on to all of the lid here, going above the crease as well. I especially like to go above the crease simply because I have kind of a droopy lid, so when I open my eyes a lot of the color disappears that I've put there. So in order for the color to properly show up, I actually really like putting it like higher up towards the brow bone. So there you go. Again, this is not a look. This is a look that I want to be easy for you guys. So there is no real shaping involved here. This is just sort of a, as you can see here, again, a sort of just normal semicircle, which you can totally adapt to your own eye shape. So yep, this is it with the Sushi Flower. The next shadow I'm going to be applying is this one. This is by Urban Decay. It's the Graffiti eyeshadow. I love these shadows. These are the ones that come in these oval boxes. Just wonderful texture and vibrant colors. I love it. I'm going in with a slightly smaller brush, which is kind of flat and domed at the top, and this is a Sephora brush, but it doesn't have a number or anything, and I'm just slightly, very slightly taking on some color here and then applying it as a liner, but sort of as a thicker. It's not supposed to look like liner, it will look like eyeshadow. And I kind of like this because it's not as harsh. It's a vibrant color, but it's not as harsh as if you'd actually use liner, which is kind of how I like my makeup. And especially so many women use liner excessively, and they use it against all good sense, because real liner is kind of harsh, as you can see here. This is a really precise line, and if you have smallish eyes already, it will make your eyes even smaller, so don't do that. And now we come to the slightly more advanced part, but I'm sure that you'll be able to manage just fine. We're going in with the black ground paint pot from MAC. Now, on me, this paint pot will look like a liner, and it will hold up like a liner. If it's not the case for you, you may want to go for your usual gel liner or fluid liner or whatever you like. But in this case, I'm actually consciously using a paint pot, because I'm not using the paint pot so much for color as I'm using it as a base for the color, for the gray that I'm going to put over it, so that it shows up a little more. So I'm going in with a hard angle brush here, and I'm just very slightly tapping it in so that the end of the bristles get coated. And then it's just patience and be a little bit careful. You can tug just a little bit, but you know, ever so slightly. Always be careful with the skin around your eyes. This is the one that lacks the most elasticity, and where you will get wrinkles the most easily. And I'm just doing short little strokes, repeatedly going in to the product, and I'm staying very close to the lash line, because I don't want this liner it's hard to do this and talk at the same time. I don't want this liner to be overwhelming. I don't want the line to be too thick and to overpower the whole look. Okay, there we go. Wing it out just a little bit here, just so it's a little symmetrical. Oh, I'm all for symmetry. I'm always talking about symmetry, aren't I? Yeah. Oh gosh, I think that was just really out of focus. I hope you could still see what I was doing. Now, this line that we just drew now is simply for the shadow that I'm going to put over it to stick on better and to show up more. And the shadow I'm putting over it is Seen by MAC. It looks kind of bluish on camera, but it's actually a true matte grey. And I'm going in with another hard angle brush, but this one is slightly fluffier, and it's better to pick up shadow with. So I'm just picking up a little bit of shadow, and then I'm just dabbing the shadow exactly where I put the line. And this will make because the background paint pot is, well, black, but I want a grey line in the end. I want a dark. Now you have a wonderful, hopefully symmetrical liner in dark grey. And finally, I'm going for a highlight color here as well to soften it all up again a bit. And I'm using my Sephora palette, and I'm using this white, and it's a matte white. And I'm going in with a fluffy domed brush like this, and just dusting it all over up to the brow bone. A little bit here near the corner in the eye as well, just a little bit. And a little over the edge of the semicircle we created. Now I'm blending it here so that the edges are softer. And that's it. What I really, really love about Sushi Flower from MAC is it will bring out the nicest blue if you have blue eyes. It will bring out green if you have green eyes. I have sort of green blue eyes. I don't know if you can see them properly. My eyes, like what I see in the mirror, my eyes look a lot greener when I'm wearing this eyeshadow. It will make browns look more golden. It's really, really an ideal pink for any eye color that you could dream of. If you have gray eyes, it would look absolutely sublime. Whoops, I really went for you there, didn't I? Right, as mascara, final touch for the eyes, I'm using Maybelline's The Falsies in black. For the lips, I'm using this lipstick. This is by, I think, yeah, she's called Rebella. And this is actually a kid's lipstick, which I just bought because I thought the color was so pretty. It's a pink, and interestingly enough, it looks like a blue-toned pink, which wouldn't go with my skin tone, but somehow it's sort of actually it's neutral. Like on camera it looks blue-toned, but it's actually neutral and will go with any skin tone. And so I'm just using this, and it's in the same color family as the Sushi Flower, but not exactly, because you don't, well, I don't want to go too matchy-matchy on this look. For me, this would be a daytime look. I know, however, that this will not be the case for all of you. If I'm going to wear this for the day, or if you want to try wearing it for the day, but you don't want to go overboard with the cheeks, then I'd suggest just a normal pink blush, any one you like, will do perfectly. However, if you want to wear this to go out, or if you're like me and you want to amp up the crazy a little bit and the drama, then may I suggest that you go for a grape plum colored blush like this. And I'm going to show you how I would use this. Now, I would not put it on like as actual blush, so I would not put it on the apples of my cheeks. I will use this color. This, by the way, is Dirty Plum from MAC. That was a limited edition, I believe. So I would use it as a contour color, doubling as a blush actually, and have it look all spacey. So what I'm doing, like the way I use this, is with a brush like that, and I just go in like that, shake it off a little bit because it's really, really, really pigmented. I don't know if you can see the pigments on the brush here. Yeah, this is enough, trust me. And what I do is I suck in my, I do my kissy face for when I contour, and apply it under the apples of my cheeks. And I'm drawing it upwards a little bit. So that it looks a bit harsher and more angular. This is a little bit crazier than your normal demure look, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!